Hi guys, welcome to Studying with Zahra. I haven't posted in a while, and a lot of you guys liked my first video, which was some study tips and some study techniques. So I thought I'd make this video kind of like a part 2 of that. It's a little simpler, it's going to be a little shorter. These are just really basic things that you can do that I've done and I've tried out that really help me study. If you haven't watched my last video, go check that out. It's a lot more in-depth. It's a lot more evidence-based, all of that stuff. This one's just a lot simpler, a lot more brief. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first tip is to use a whiteboard. And I cannot emphasize this enough because I started using a whiteboard literally maybe a week ago. And it has helped me so much. For biology, sometimes I would have a hard time understanding. Using a whiteboard is so much better than writing stuff down because it's a lot faster. Obviously, you might not think it is, but it is a lot faster. You can wipe stuff off, you don't have to erase, it's less wastage of paper. There's so much benefits to honestly using a whiteboard. And plus it just looks a lot more cute and aesthetic, which to me really helps. It also helps me for planning and English, for math. I used to have the hardest time and I used to always get so unmotivated because I used to get the questions wrong and I used to have pages of working out that I would have to erase and there would be so much crossing out and I'd be like, I'm never gonna get this. With a whiteboard, you just swipe it off in 1 minute and overall you just it doesn't feel as difficult, if that makes sense. It might not make sense to you guys right now, but if you know, you know. Definitely use a whiteboard. If you're a spatial learner, use a whiteboard. If you want to try blurting, instead of blurting on a piece of paper, use a whiteboard because it's a lot faster. It's probably 3 or 4 times faster than writing with pen or pencil. And I don't know, I think it's a lot easier and a lot more efficient and a lot more helpful for me as well. So I definitely recommend that. The second thing is having a clean, somewhat aesthetic study area. I'm not saying you need to go and, renovate your whole entire room, but at least try to make your area a little cuter. Light a little candle, Put up some cute quotes on the wall. Anything simple or small. A cute lamp. It doesn't have to be anything pricey. It can be something simple and cute that just makes you feel a little bit better. And definitely don't make your bed your study area. That's not gonna work. Number 3 is using flashcards. This for me has helped me so much. I take sociology at GCSE and I had such a hard time memorizing all of these definitions on positivism, Marxism, feminism. And making flashcards helped me so much because it's active recall, information gets into your brain a lot better. It does take a while writing it. I would definitely say if you do plan on making flashcards, make it ages before your GCSEs or your A-levels or whatever exam, because writing it is basically like writing notes. It's a passive technique. However, if writing notes helps you, try writing flashcards instead because in that, you're also going to be writing this information down. And you're also going to be using it later and using it for active recall, so it's going to be a 2-in-1. So definitely flashcards over notes, 1,000,000 times better. Also, when you're writing flashcards, don't write lengthy definitions. Write symbols, pictures, colors, anything. You don't have to spend an hour on it. It just has to be short, concise, and it should help promote the kind of remembering, memory, recalling process. Next is using a timetable. This may or may not work for you. For a lot of people, it doesn't work. For me, having a timetable that, I somewhat stick to work. So, for instance, I make my timetable, and I don't do everything according to my timetable. In fact, I don't even do that much, maybe 50 or 60%. But having that 50 or 60%, having that structure in your day is really, really important. And with timetables, also making like to-do lists that are actually doable, that aren't to-do lists that are setting yourself up for failure. It has to be something simple, something that's achievable. That also really helps. Next, after school naps, half an hour naps. 26 minutes is the perfect time for a nap. According to like research and stuff. I did my research, guys. But I just take half an hour naps. If you're sleepy, take a 1.5 hour nap because that's a full sleep cycle. So yeah, that's what I just do most of the time after school. I don't feel like I can study, so I take a 1.5 hour nap, and then I can study like 2 or 3 hours afterwards, as opposed to me studying a really, really bad hour or two and then literally just going to bed after that. Next is cold showers. These really help increase your metabolism, give you a lot of energy. If you do athletics or sports, I'm sure you already know. It's just a general thing. It's something really small. It helps. It doesn't need to be an ice bath. It should just be something that feels a little bit cold. Next is coffee or matcha or green tea. I just wrote coffee because it's kind of a lot more popular in my opinion. Yeah, personally, just those 3 things really help. Green tea before bed really helps when you're studying. Doesn't even have to be green tea. It could be cinnamon tea. It could be matcha. It could be anything. Any drink that you can just sip on while you're studying can really help. And then lastly, listening to a podcast. This just helps me because sometimes if I lose interest in my studying, I can just kind of move my brain to that and then move it back. For a lot of people, though, multitasking doesn't work. You can listen to like, I wouldn't recommend listening to music because, well, I wouldn't recommend listening to songs because that is very distracting. There's something called, like, you can listen to like vocals, you can listen to like religious scripture, anything really, if it helps, you know? Also, I don't recommend using headphones because they do sometimes give you a headache, so preferably don't use headphones. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. As I mentioned, it's pretty short, it's pretty concise. Just a few tips that I missed out on in my last video that might help you guys out. If you guys want to see another one of these videos, or if you guys want to see anything in the future, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!